Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back, and I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. The last video that I did was showing WD-40 and if we could use that in our multi-fuel backpacking stove. In this case, it was the Optimus Polaris. In the video today, we're going to take a look at lighter fluid and see if this works in this stove. So grab a seat, we're gonna find out right now. As you can see, I have an empty fuel bottle. We're going to fill that up with lighter fluid. Now, this is old lighter fluid. I've had this for a long time. So in the event of maybe an emergency or something like that, you need to get your stove going. Will this work? I'm going to fill it up to this little line here. So let's pull out our pump. First thing that we need to do on the pump is make sure that this is turned off. We're going to insert that into the bottle, tighten that bad boy. And we're going to give this a few pumps. Gave it around 30 pumps there. We're going to go ahead and turn this valve off on the stove. Okay, so we will go ahead and attach the connection to the Lindell portion of our pump. And making sure this valve is off, we're going to turn this one completely on. From here, we're going to saturate the bottom of the stove with some of this fuel by opening the valve. We don't need a lot, just enough to wet the bottom of the stove, and we'll light it. We're going to begin the priming step here. Now, there's not a wick on this stove, so it could be a little bit interesting. Looks like it needs some sort of a wick. And here's about half of a cotton ball. We'll just go ahead and drop that in there. We'll go ahead and light the cotton ball, and we'll get that fuel introduced into the stove. The whole idea right now is to get this thing warmed up. There we go. We're going to start the priming process with our little cotton ball. And all we're trying to do is heat up this burner bell and everything on the stove so that we can get primed. And once you see flames up here around the flame spreader, that's what we're really looking for. So we're not there yet. It was throwing up liquid fuel still. There we go. You can hear that stove is now starting to prime off of that fuel. We're going to pull that cotton ball out. We don't need that no more. I pulled the cotton ball out because I got the stove primed now. And I'm going to let this thing heat up and let it get nice and hot. What I'm looking for is those nice blue flames and no more flickering and stuff like that. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that to prime up, we're going to take 32 ounces of room temperature water. This water's been sitting out here in the shop on the bench. Give this a few more pumps. There we go. Now we have plenty of pressure. Now we can go ahead and get our timer ready. As you can see, the flame control is beautiful. This stove does a good job. Timer is ready, and let's go ahead and set that on there. Start the timer, and now we'll see how long it takes to bring this to a boil using lighter fluid. Here we are, 4:05. We're waiting for a heavy rolling boil. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it right there, 4 minutes and 15 seconds to reach a nice heavy rolling boil using lighter fluid. Wow, that's impressive. And if we take this pot off, you can see that the flame control is absolutely fantastic. I mean, we've got tons of flame control using lighter fluid. This is definitely a pretty good fuel. I mean, we got wonderful flame control. That's one of the beauties of the design of this stove. Absolutely fantastic flame control. So I'll flip this bottle over and let it depressurize. There we go. Now it's taking the pressure out of the fuel bottle. Well, folks, there you have it. My multi-fuel backpacking stove. This is the Optimus Polaris burning lighter fluid. It is an excellent fuel for these stoves. Way better than the WD-40. If you haven't seen my WD-40 video, take a look for that one. It's very interesting. But this is something that I would definitely use as a viable fuel source if I couldn't find white gas, or if I couldn't get to gasoline. Maybe there was a little convenience store and I'm out in the middle of nowhere and they don't sell gas, but they do have lighter fluid. Maybe it's at a campground or a lake or something like that. You can absolutely run this without a doubt in your backpacking stove, and it primes quickly. I threw the extra cotton ball in my bag, you know, the burnt up part of it, and the other half, I mean, it didn't take much. I probably could have used 1/8 of this and got it primed. Another thing that I could have done is used some Germex or some hand sanitizer. We could put that in there and use that as a priming method to help it prime as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is good to know. These little tips and tricks and what kind of fuels you can use go a long way when you're out there and your stove's out of gas and you need to cook something the next day or something like that. These little tricks are very valuable. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video, share this video, and until next time, have a beautiful day, folks. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.